See here, but now they're gone. Seasons don't fear the reaper, nor do the wind or the sun or the rain. We can be like they are. Come on, baby, don't fear the reaper. Baby, take my hand. Don't fear the reaper. You'll be able to fly. Valentine is done here, but now they're gone. Romeo and Juliet are together in eternity. Romeo and Juliet, women every day. And Juliet, and women every day, like they are. Come on, baby, don't fear the reaper. Baby, take my hand. Don't fear the reaper. You'll be able to fly. Don't fear the reaper. Baby, I'm your man. La 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 la. La 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 la. Love of two is one. Here, but now they're gone. Came the last night of sadness, and it was clear that you couldn't go on. And the door was open and the wind appeared. The candles blew, then disappeared. The curtains blew, then he appeared. Don't be afraid. Come on, baby. She had no shoes. She ran to him, and they started to fly. They looked backwards and said goodbye. She had become like they are. She had taken his hand. She had become like they are. Come on, baby. Don't fear the reaper. You'll be able to fly. La 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 la. La 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 la. She had become like they are. She had become like they are. Come on, baby, don't feel
Good evening, my beautiful crime family. I hope everybody's having an awesome Monday night, evening, early evening. Hey, I gotta say hi to my crime family. Hey, Ty Knott, your voice sounds like Casey Kasem. You could make lots of money. And Sam Morris, good to see you. Bev Marks, good to see you. Leah Story, my girl, good to see you. And I am me. Good to see you. Joey, good to see you. And I'm sorry about your bills, brother. That's a bummer. And I agree with you on the referees. And Bev Marks, good to see you. And Tressa R, good to see you. Donna Salamander, good to see you. Woke up 1984, good to see you. Cindy, good to see you. I'm glad you're feeling better. Cryptic Conversions, good to see you. And Barbara Martinez, good to see you. Randy Fur, my brother, good to see you. I hope you jump up tonight. And as Moonflower, are you in here somewhere, my girl? I would like you to jump up here too. We do got a lot to go over. Thomas, my brother, good to see you. Shy Flower, good to see you. Jane Kendall, good to see you. Jackie Bushable, good to see you. Debbie Gazzaro, my girl, good to see you. Ruby Kang, good to see you. Donna Salamander, good to see you. Meanie, good to see you. And everybody, there's too many to keep going. Holly Berry, good to see you, girl. Simply Solo, good to see you. Yeah, there's a lot of people in here chatting, so we got a lot to go over, and I'm going to leave a link for my mods. I would like it. Oh yeah, Moonflower is here. All right, good, and good to see you, my girl. I'm going to put out a link to jump up here. And doop. There we go. And there's a link to get that jump on up, Randy and Moon. I don't see Nat in here at all, but I haven't scrolled all the way up. There's a lot of chatting went on here. Holy. I missed a lot. And Mr. Randy Fur, how you doing, Mr. Randy?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Tommy. So nice to see you again.
Good to see you again, brother.
Got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of stuff going on.
There sure is. There sure is. Moonflower, you coming up, girl?
Come on, Moon.
Come on, Moon. There's the link one more time. Yeah, there's really been a lot going down, and I got a lot of videos to look at and stuff too.
Cool. How you feeling, Tommy? How you feeling? Let's get this over with. How you feeling?
I got that procedure on Wednesday. That's gonna tell me a lot. So,
okay.
Hopefully, and here's Moonflower Laza. Hey, Moon, how you doing, girl?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Real good. Yep, sure can.
You can turn up a little bit, Moon, if you can.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Yeah, that's good, I think. I can probably get you here listening too.
I got 2 cigarettes going at once.
How about this?
Oh, I've done that. That's better, yeah. And I can get you here too, girl.
Can you hear me? And is the echo gone?
There.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot to go through, and I'm going to start it out real quick because this is it's a funny video, and it's by Veritas Aquitas, and
missed that.
Usually doesn't put out funny ones, but this is pretty funny. I got a kick out of it. Let's see, where are you? Here we go. Here we are.
We differ on a few factual issues. I believe there are 3 towers that provide service to the Moscow area. Defendant is
Here's my concern with you telling me that at this stage of things. Where in the record is that currently, apart from anything you may have submitted after they filed their Frank's motion?
What specifically?
That there are 3 towers.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I believe I referenced it in my response.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't, if you give me evidence and I rely on that evidence, then I have to give them a full Frank's hearing. And
no, don't like that.
so that's why I'm been very clear that I'm looking at what the proffer is from the defense without evidence submitted by the state to determine whether they have met their threshold burden. And so I get concerned when you start telling me things that are not necessarily part of the evidence.
Understood. We can move past the number of towers.
If you give me evidence and I rely on that evidence, then I have to give them a full Frank's hearing.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
That was good.
That was really good.
That was really good. Oh my God.
That just cracked me up. You know, not usually not that funny, but
yeah, they don't do that funny stuff, but that was great.
Right. That was awesome. Yeah. Yeah. And that kind of tells a lot of the story right there. A lot of story just in those sentences too, of what's going on. Let's take a look at something here. True.
Well, my sentiments exactly.
Puppy's name water. Hold on.
Right.
Yeah.
Dinner.
But I doubt she understood it.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. I can delete that. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay. And a quick new one, which I think is pretty important also. As soon as the stupid ad gets done, there we go. Okay, so this is from, everything is in the description that I'm going to be using tonight. And this is from Kathy's again, Kathy's Indie Zone. And I think this one just came out. I'm not quite sure.
She's good too.
Yeah, she is good.
Yeah.
And she makes a pretty good point here. And this, the defense request for chain of custody, DNA testing evidence. And so, yeah, this was just put out 3 hours ago. So a defense request for chain of custody, DNA testing evidence. Here we go.
After the recent hearings during the very busy week, which was the last week of hearings and matters pending in front of who was presiding over the case styled as Idaho versus Kohberger, including multiple motions to suppress evidence, potential motion for a Frank's hearing, and a defense motion to compel. The issue came up of potential remedies associated with chain of custody if there was any sort of a break in the chain of custody of the sheath that was found on the bed on the 3rd floor of 1122 King Road at the crime scene, and whether the issue of the reliability and the validity of the DNA testing of that sheath had ever been raised by the defense. And I've received a few inquiries from my followers here on YouTube, as well as the Indie Zone podcast. And the issue of a potential break in custody or challenging custody was raised, or at least it was raised in discovery that the defense has sought in this case, giving us clues that at least the thought of the validity of the testing and chain of custody has been a matter that the defense, led by Ann Taylor, lead counsel to Mr. Kohberger, has raised. We addressed this in a prior episode of the Indie Zone podcast. If you have not yet had an opportunity to check out the podcast. I do recommend that you do, because it's 5 minutes or less per episode. And each episode just addresses the multiple filings in the case that is now over 2 years. One such episode addressed the defense's third supplemental request for discovery. And as we know, because of the high level of secrecy over the case, the public and the press is at some disadvantage over what this case is all about, on top of all of the filings that have been under seal since the beginning of the case. But the way that the public has learned of what some of the discovery requests have been, and discovery is a request that a party will serve on the other side for documents, for things, for photographs, for other materials that the party believes the other side has in its possession, custody, and control. And when there's a dispute as to whether or not the other side will turn over that request to discovery after good faith efforts are made to try to resolve the dispute without action. The vehicle that's usually used when all efforts have been exhausted to obtain discovery that a party may feel is pertinent and relevant, in some cases crucial to their case, a motion to compel discovery. Remember, a motion is an application. You see a motion to compel discovery, you're going to read a filing that's going to talk about prior efforts, service of discovery request, and maybe efforts to try to, in good faith, resolve the dispute if the other side does not turn over the discovery. The proceeding then moved to district court in Latah County, and Judge John Judge was the presiding judicial officer, and he was for well over a year until change of venue happened, and the case moved in September 2024 from Latah to Ada County, and Judge Stephen Hippler has been the jurist presiding over the case since then. But going back to May 3rd, 2023, I want you to go to the docket. The way that you get to the docket is you follow a link to the
Right there is the address to get to any of the dockets. That's the address right there.
Okay. Tommy.
Sorry.
Tommy.
Yep.
Randy fell out. He needs a link.
Oh, okay. There we go, Randy. He's always falling out. Yeah, I kind of do in some ways too, Holly. Okay, I'm going to keep this playing here.
Provided a link here for you. Go down. You're going to see a few cases before you reach Idaho versus Cook. Go down, keep scrolling until you get to May 3rd, 2023. There was a filing that was electronically filed at 4:18 p.m. and it is entitled Defendant's Third Supplemental Request for Discovery. And it says here, please take notice that the undersigned pursuant to Rule 16 of the Idaho Criminal Rules, and then they go into Constitution of the United States, various amendments, and various portions of the Constitution of the state of Idaho. So this is the legal authority that allows Mr. Kohberger to come forward and file this third supplemental request for discovery. And it says here that what he is asking for standard lab discovery. This is biological testing case file. Please provide a complete copy of the case file, including all records made by each laboratory in connection with biological testing in this case, including biological screening, serological testing, presumptive testing, microscopy, and DNA testing, including statistical calculations. They're also asking for photographic quality, and you go on to page number 2 of this document. it continues, of all photographs in the original case file, including photographs of evidence. That is what this is. The evidence that was tested would have been the evidence off that sheath.
Oh,
Number
my
2,
God.
chain of custody and current disposition of evidence. Please provide copies of all records that document the treatment and handling of biological evidence in this case. From the initial point of collection,
So much info
at the crime scene on Madison Mogen's bed, up to the current disposition, up to the day of the filing. Give me every step. Give me everything that happened in the chain of custody, how it went from
That's what they've been after that chain of custody forever.
Go to what locker,
They've needed that since forever.
That's
right.
Chain of custody of biological evidence in this case, from the initial point of collection up to.
I bet they don't have it.
Kathy makes it seem so. She makes it easy to understand. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She's just so good at that. I don't know if you guys have seen her, like maybe 2 days ago, maybe she went live.
Yeah, I did. I saw it.
Did you? Yeah,
Yep.
She actually went live. So anybody that hasn't seen that, go check out her page. She actually went live. There we go.
This information should include documentation that indicates where and how the materials were stored. That goes to the chain of custody, and that goes to temperature, type of container, was it stored properly, the amount of evidence material that was consumed in testing. So every time something goes through a biological test, some of the cells might become degraded. So they want to know the amount of evidence material that was consumed in testing and the amount of material that remains, and where and how the remaining evidence is stored. In the event that the chain of custody spans several different agencies or laboratories, please address this request to each agency and or laboratory that handled said items. And the reason why this is going to the state of Idaho is because the state is considered to be the party who has control, custody, and if they delegated any of this testing to someone else, well, this is what the defense is basically asking for here. And then you see profiles uploaded to a DNA database, data files, and so on. I'll leave you to read
I love Tina
for yourself, as I always encourage you to do. Go to the case summary page. You'll see it listed on the case summary page while the matter was still in Latah County, but to see the actual document, the defendant's third supplemental request for discovery that goes into wanting the state to turn over the biological testing, how it was tested, chain of custody, and other related materials, you have to go down to May 3rd, 2023, and look for defendant's third supplemental request for discovery to see that this was an issue that it was at least raised in discovery, and so therefore we can make an educated guess, an opinion that we give. We don't have inside information. We're not attorneys in Idaho. We don't purport to be. We just basically are looking at the documents and rendering opinions based on the First Amendment to the United States Constitution. There is absolutely no indication on the docket that there was any wrongdoing in this matter. We're just basing our opinions on some comments that were made by Ms. Taylor in open court during the suppression motion hearings of the 23rd and 24th, when she kept referring to issues regarding noncompliance with policies and procedures. We don't know if this is true or not true. It's a representation by an officer of the court. So that gives us a lot of comfort that there's probably some concern there. But if this actually happened, there was a problem with noncompliance policies and procedures, or there was a break in custody, that's a matter that the defense would need to raise, and then ultimately Judge Hippler would then render a ruling on, or potentially a trial as well. This will now conclude this episode of the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. I thank you as always for joining us here today, and please do.
What, Randy?
I said, who are we listening to? But then I realized.
Yeah.
Then I realized who it was. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I knew she was an attorney or something, or paralegal or something. She just is way too smart. She knows all this stuff. And man, she makes it so easy. I mean, in 5 minutes, I can learn so much from her, so that's why I keep going back to her.
Yeah, the paperwork stuff, she puts it in front of your face and just goes, oh, look at this, boom, end of story.
And explains it.
Yeah, explains
it.
In a way that it's clearly understood. That's what I appreciate about her.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
She's new. Is she new? Is she
relatively?
New? I don't think I've seen her
anyway.
Except for the last 2 weeks, maybe, or something.
Right. Anyway. I'm going to leave. I'm leaving in case another mod wants it. This is Mod Monday, so these links are only for mods. Anybody want to jump up there? Jump up. Yeah, go ahead, Randy.
Which I'm so proud to be. I was going to say.
Yes. And Tommy, I have written to Kathy, so.
Have you? Okay, yeah. I'm just waiting to see what happens on Wednesday.
Okay.
That's going to tell me a lot. If I have to go into mitral, if I have to go and get a mitral valve, I might be out for a while.
No.
That's open heart surgery. So
no.
I know. I'm praying it's not the mitral valve, and it's just a blockage or something. In my opinion, I think I had a real massive panic attack because I've had a few of those in my lifetime, and I didn't realize what was happening until I was in ER, and then I started screaming at them to get me some Xanax, and you can't tell them what to give you.
Yeah,
that's a big mistake, Tommy. Even though I get them prescribed to me, and I told them that I said I get them prescribed. Give me damn Xanax.
Yeah, you can't have one now.
But they ended up giving me Ativan and knocked the shit out of me before the helicopter ride.
I'm sorry.
So I didn't even use it. I didn't even remember the helicopter ride. What a bummer. First time I've ever flown, and I don't even remember.
Tommy.
And here's Miss Terry Martin. Hey, Terry, how you doing, girl?
Hey, guys. How are ya?
Who is that?
Hi, Terry.
Terry Martin. Oh my God, I'm in love with Terry Martin. Yeah, so she.
Tommy. I'm in love with your dog. He is so cute.
Yes, sir. I actually have 4. He came in 17th in the we had a thing going for him to try to get in, that $10,000 be on a picture of some magazine or something. But he came in 17th. He had to make it by 15th by last Tuesday and didn't.
Aww.
But that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, he's one of my 4. Cool. He's one of my 4. All right, Tommy, listen. Tommy, I got to tell you something. I got to jump in and say this. I love you so much. I feel so bad. You can't let anything happen to you because right now you are my life. I get on my old age. I get on YouTube. And the only thing I really care about is if Tommy Jude is on. I gotta be here. There's a love of the family. This not to mention talking true crime, kicking ass. Been doing it since Debbie Petito, But I want you to know, man. Please don't let anything happen to you. I have so many prayers for you. Don't let anything happen. Come on, man.
Thank you.
I need you, my friend.
Randy, my feelings exactly. You are my one of the biggest parts of my life. You and my kitties. You can't go anywhere. Not now.
No,
wait till I can go with you.
I'm praying. I don't like open heart surgery, so things have not gone well with open heart surgery myself.
Is it mandatory
If
or is
it's,
it something you can
if it's
put
the
on?
mitral valve, yeah. If it's the mitral valve, they're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to have open
Hey!
heart surgery.
Oh, dogs are going nuts. Settle in.
But we'll find out. You know, on
I'm not
And
going to
Leah's
say anything
here.
but smoking.
on Wednesday. On Wednesday, yeah. Well, that doesn't help, and I'm not quitting. So
I know.
Yeah.
Tommy, Leah's here.
Tommy, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I'm in bad shape for my age, and I'm still smoking. And fuck you if you don't like it. You know, I got
Right.
diabetes. I got this. I got that. I'm sorry. I'm addicted, and I'm smoking.
Right. Golf.
And
Golf
if
is
it kills me, it kills me.
Golf. I just talked to her the other day.
Oh,
You know,
golf.
she's trying to get better. So yeah, that's another one. That's another one to pray for. Hi, Leah. How you doing, girl?
Hey.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Leah.
Okay,
Hi, Leah.
let's keep. I got to keep her moving because there's a lot to look at, and this is from To the Point. Everything is in the descriptions.
To the point. Good man.
And back to the point. And he you know, he always talks about the comments he gets and stuff. And yeah, check this out. This is pretty good.
Yeah, I like him.
I do too. I do too.
Did I
Get him.
Oh,
Get
wait
him
a
up.
minute. I gotta share it. I'm sitting here watching it. And I didn't share it. All right.
You
There
get it,
we
Tom.
go. Okay, here we go.
There we go.
Okay, this is pretty good.
I
There's that little crow with a hat up there in the
It
top
was more
right.
than one. Because the timeline
Yeah, I
doesn't add
saw
up.
Yeah, I
It was only
listened
one
to him
person.
today.
A lot of people
Yeah, I saw this. So good.
said she only saw or heard one person. So there's no way any of this is possible. Dylan's the only one that was telling the truth. And everyone else was bending their story around a fabrication. All that being said, everything's alleged. Welcome to the point. Let's get to it.
This probable cause affidavit talks about
Got a lot of problems with this story after she
an
reads
interview
this.
they had where the person that was interviewed said that she heard things and saw things within her house. But what is
So how do you think things should change? Because what Dylan told Payne, you know, for the PCA isn't what he wrote down.
Right. He twisted it.
You know what I mean?
He twisted it to fit his narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And that should
Right.
create
Right.
the lie and a basis for to grant the Franks motion, which would, if it goes through, throw the whole case out.
It could, because
Yep.
to tell you the truth, they
Fruit
didn't
of
have
the
enough to get the
poisonous
search
tree.
warrant. They
Yep,
didn't have
fruit of-
enough to get the search warrant or to put a
That's right.
warrant out for his arrest.
Yep, and it's fruit of the poisonous tree. Everything after the IGG.
Exactly, Willie.
Okay, can you guys
Exactly.
answer me a question? Just my stupidity.
Hmm.
The Franks hearing.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly does that mean?
It means that one of the officers who did the PCA lied or gave false information that had the judge
what I
known
That's
if they
what I thought.
or omitted. Because if they omit something that would make the judge change her mind about granting the arrest warrant.
You know, the crazy thing is, like Ty is saying, two wrongs don't make Dylan right. Exactly. And Dylan was being honest.
Yeah.
We always thought she was lying. She wasn't
No.
lying. She was being honest. It was
Payne.
It was Payne. All along.
It was old Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd. Okay. All right. Back to this.
is written in the probable cause affidavit is seriously lacking in detail. It's wrong and it's false in many places.
God damn it. Dog.
The way the affidavit reads, it says this person stated she went to sleep on the second floor. She was awoken at 4 by what she stated sounded like one of the victims playing with the dog, which was on the 3rd floor.
And while she's talking about the dog, we're not going to harp on it too much. What came out in this hearing is Murphy was found in a bedroom. The door was open. He wasn't in a cage, and he hadn't tracked any DNA through the home. It almost seems as if Murphy stayed in the room that somebody told him to stay in. So did somebody tell Murphy sit or stay and then commit this crime? It is highly odd to me that within this story, that dog did not go anywhere besides that one particular room. I'm not quite sure how this ties into the rest of the story, but there's more.
Oh, I don't
A short
buy
time
it.
later, she thought she heard one of the victims say something. That caveat she thought she heard is a problem. This person was interviewed shortly after 911 was called in the afternoon of December.
Shortly after 911 was called, she was interviewed, and here's what she said.
November 13th, 2022. And she was sure. I'm at Defendant's Exhibit 8A, page 281, lines 4 through 10, when this witness was sure that she heard this particular victim go up the stairs, and then come running back down the stairs. That is not what's contained in this affidavit at all. That is repeated.
It's not in the affidavit at all.
During this same interview, a couple of different times at page 287. It's also repeated in a subsequent interview that same day. This is Defendant's Exhibit 8B. That's at page 313. And again at
So who's running up
320.
and down the stairs? That's the question.
Yes. Was it
I wonder
Kaylee?
if that's Maddie.
Yeah, that's my question. I bet it was Maddie.
Yep.
It said multiple times.
And wouldn't that would alert Dylan to call 911?
Yeah.
It could have been, but then if our original
It's repeated
thesis
again in December.
is right,
D,
or hypothesis,
C as well.
they weren't killed in the house.
That is important because that's
somebody may have placed them there.
That's my hypothesis, my theory also.
Yes, mine too. And so
Yeah,
if they were killed
that's what
somewhere
I've been
else,
saying
maybe
all along, and it happened in the street.
yeah. And could they have been placing the bodies when they woke her up at 4:00?
But who would be running up and down the stairs?
That could
Maybe
be
one of the people that was placing the bodies.
the people. There were.
Well, she said one of the
Yeah,
victims.
there's something. It happened out in the street. And I wonder what else Dylan said. That they didn't even write down. You know what I'm saying?
Could
Dylan have said the whole story, and then and knows the people involved and everything, and how are we going to get out of this? You know
And
what I'm
Payne
saying?
is
All
just
these
sitting on
kids.
it.
Could it have been something like that? I don't know. I don't know. Let's keep going.
I think that they were under threat to say a word, and that's why they didn't call till noon and everything, and don't want to come back to Idaho.
Yeah.
All right. That could very well be something like that. Did Dylan spill what she knew?
Mm-hmm.
Did she spill what she knew, and they had to come up with ways to get these certain people out of it?
Protected.
Right?
Sent out of the country.
Yeah, throw a sheath underneath there.
Yeah. And
who
do we
knows?
really not want in our police force? And
Which one?
And will be.
Right.
Koberger. He was going to end up in
Oh,
one of
right,
those police
right.
departments because the University of
WSU.
Idaho, it was part of their PhD program, so they had to let him in. One of them.
Right.
It like wasn't an option.
And then he had a ride around in the police car too.
Yeah, and that I
So-
didn't hear about. I didn't know about that.
Could
until
it be?
just-
Could it be that he looked at a knife in the police car?
It's possible.
You know what I mean?
Or could they
Who
have
knows?
just?
Who knows of
could
this
they have
case?
just-
Who really knows?
Could they have just gone to his house and got the under in his car? You know, the door handle underneath the driver's handle.
Yeah, they could have done it many different ways.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
to get
doubt
the
about it.
DNA, put it on a swab, put the swab in a sterile glass tube, and then just go and paint it on the inside of the snap, because there's no way in hell there's no other DNA on that sheath if someone handled it.
Right.
And you can
Yeah.
get and
Well,
and
they-
you
unless they
can
had
get
gloves
DNA out of huh? Well,
Unless
yeah,
they had
unless they
gloves
had
on.
gloves on.
Which I'm sure they did. And
But if they
there was
had
that
gloves
one-
on, if they had gloves on, Tommy, they wouldn't have the DNA in the snap.
Yeah.
So the only way it all works is if it was planted on there.
Well, the DNA
in
in
my
the snap,
opinion.
what they can say, and the prosecution, what they could say is that he once, handled it at home, and then cleaned it up and used gloves and just forgot that spot.
How would you
That's
clean it up? Because the DNA has to be extracted with a process. It's they
Right,
shoot
yeah.
this liquid into the leather and
Yeah.
and suck it
But you
out because
You
it
can
goes.
clean up things. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that's what happened at all. I don't know. That could have happened. What you're saying,
Uh-huh.
but it also could have happened a million different ways.
Yes, it
But
could.
to
Granted.
prove that in a court of law is going to be really hard for
Mhm.
Ann Taylor to do. So she needs to win. She needs to get this Frank's hearing, and she
Yep.
needs to get that
She
thrown
needs
out.
to win
because
it.
She needs to win it, because if it goes to trial and she has to fight that DNA, I'm telling you right now, that's going to be
Yeah.
a tough cookie.
Well, Tommy,
let's
you
keep-
know, if there's any justice whatsoever in the state of Idaho, they will have to grant that Frank's hearing because of the omissions and everything that she mentioned
I
in
would
that.
think so. I would think
And
so.
the
And the
lies.
blood DNA, they didn't investigate.
I don't know what.
And
I don't
I
don't know.
wish she would push more that the DNA is on a movable object, and
And
it's touch transfer DNA.
Mhm.
Brian never had to touch that thing. It could have been
But this
somebody
isn't
else
trial.
that
This is
touched it.
this isn't trial though. This is just for the Frank's hearing.
Well, even for the
So-
Frank's hearing, because the judge is kind of leaning towards, well, it wouldn't have mattered because the judge who heard
don't
because
usually,
there's
you
DNA
know,
on there is going to go with it anyway.
There could be 100 Frank's hearing filings, and maybe 5 get heard. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. I think this one is
Oh.
going to. He indicated it that it might.
Yeah, and he is indicated because he said to get that before a certain date or something like that.
He said, "Send me your schedule so we can. I know when
Right,
you're
right.
available."
Exactly. So that he might be thinking that, because he's got to see this shit. I mean, he's got to see what's
And
going
he's got to know that everybody else sees it too.
on. All right, let's go on a little bit further here on this.
That waters
Okay, I'll
down
hush.
what was said. And that matters in the probable cause affidavit, because the officers, when they wrote this, knew that wasn't the case. They knew this particular person that DM said was upright and running down the stairs, that's not what happened.
So there you go. What's your explanation for that? Let's keep this stuff in mind. At the time Dylan is saying she's hearing somebody play with Murphy, Brian's still technically in the vehicle. He hasn't parked if he parked at the home. And if you're going to make the statement that, well, this is clearly Xana during the time of the attack or Ethan, and they had ran up and down the stairs trying to help whatever was going on, then you have to ask yourself, well, why wasn't there anybody yelling to call 911? Why wasn't there any screaming? Why wasn't there any alert? Law enforcement said those two individuals were passed in the bedroom. And it's sad and it's tragic. But what's also tragic is we can't get the truth of this story. Everything that law enforcement is saying, as it's lining up to me, doesn't make sense. It's validate my concerns with this investigation. Now, as always, I'm open to being wrong, but I feel like this is a huge issue right here. And the prosecution in the back and forth of this thing likes to tag on a lot of these issues. They like to discredit a lot of what the defense is saying, and that's fine. They're biased and they're supposed to be biased. This is their case. But there's a lot that Ann Taylor says within this particular piece of the argument they don't even want to touch. In fact, they don't want to go near it. And there's a piece of me that thinks they hope everybody at trial forgets all this stuff that's going to come out at trial about Dylan Mortenson's statements.
That person was in the bed and never left the bed. So the officers water that down because they know that fact is wrong, but they don't tell the magistrate that. They also don't tell the magistrate that this witness has claimed memory problems, that this witness has claimed that she's not sure what she heard or saw was real or whether it was at a dream, and that is contained in defendant's (8C), and that's going to be beginning at line 399, 403. There's further statements from that.
And that's a huge issue for the state. This is their key witness. But the fact that she was out and she was partying isn't a shocker to all of us who are trying to remain a.
Okay. She doesn't even know if it was real. She doesn't know if she was dreaming.
Man.
And this is how they get the fucking. That's how they get the warrant for this guy.
Yes, that's why I say it's got to be. It's got to be
fucking
granted.
crazy.
Is there a distinguish between drunk and frozen shock face?
That show Frozen Shock Face. I think that was a bunch of shit made up by Payne.
Yeah, Payne made that up.
And the cat clad in black.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, I wish I would have known that was an example when I was in college. I would have said that all the time. No.
Well, what she really said was he was 5'8" and skinny and white, and she couldn't see his face.
What about the bushy eyebrows?
You guys, why is Bethany, why did she want to redact all her statement when she got home?
Because she didn't want to be involved in the case, I think.
But it's too late. But if you didn't want to, your 4 roommates were slaughtered. You don't want to be involved. Oh, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I
agree with you, and it just makes me sick.
If we pretty much know that Kohberger's not the one.
Right.
So she must know who is the one and that he's still out there. And if she testifies that he is, her life is in danger.
Yeah, the thing is that she won't be going that route because her job is to get Kohberger free, to defend Kohberger, not to find out who did it.
Right.
Like,
but if her testimony indicates, who it was,
I think she should use some stuff just to show that there could be other people involved.
Right.
I think that could be her reasoning for it, is to show, hey, there could be many. This could have went many different ways. Mm-hmm. And they lied to get the search warrant. I mean, to get the warrant to arrest him. To get the warrant to arrest him. It was full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you know,
just totally unbelievable.
the last few days after hearing a lot of this stuff, especially that it was blood DNA on the railing, but that was also left out of the PCA. But I think that the reason they made Payne the chief investigator or the lead investigator is because he's inexperienced. They might not like him, and they're pretty sure that he's going to get, thrown under the bus on this.
I have something new to throw. I have something new to throw in this whole thing.
Oh, good.
I mean, I don't want to change topics because what we're talking about is great stuff. But have we heard about all of a sudden Enan Harsh coming back up into this?
Yes.
That I did hear that today.
Yeah, and Doc Thrifty is back out there again too. So
Doc Thrifty. I had a little spouse with him today. Yeah, I told him he was reaching, and he gave me a hard time about it. And I said, "Look, I'm sorry, dude. You've been ghosting your name like 500 different times. You follow people because he knew some of the stuff. He's like, Randy, you're backing up fiction, blah 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 blah. And it's just like
he's been on Enon forever and
forever.
And
I don't believe it. I'm sorry, just don't believe it,
Tommy. I couldn't
believe it.
I don't know if Enon is or not, but I did see a video of him at work chopping up vegetables, and he was wearing black nitrile gloves.
Right, that's
what they found right outside the door. Somebody's calling it electrical gloves, but it was. I read early when they found it back in way back.
The gloves
and right, and how far from Enon's place? Here's the thing: how far from Enon's place? Because it was by the garbage bin, right across the street.
That was McDonough's. The one that the cops found that had the blood on it, the nitrile glove, was right outside the back door.
Right.
Is that the one some bystander found or something?
No, that was Chris McDonough, and he found a knit glove. Like a knit glove out by the garbage. No, it was not. They never said. It was just found out by the garbage can. The one that has blood of an unknown male on it was found just outside the back door, and it's a nitrile glove, like a latex, but it's heavier than latex glove. A little heavier. It's still surgical.
I got some on the counter right over there.
Yeah, I have them in my house, but mine are blue. They're not black.
Well, anyway, what's his Dick talked about these knives, the particular knives, in his thing about how. Yeah, look, he's got these two knives. He's got these two knives here. He's showing pictures. I mean, the guy's a chef, for Christ's sakes. I'm just, I just can't believe he's pushing it so hard. It just doesn't make sense. I'm trying to come, and then he goes, look, the maroon cap. He's wearing the maroon cap. No, it's orange, you dick. And they're, look, it's really thick. You might have been able to pull it down over his face, The guy is just reaching. So I said that. I said, I'm sorry, sir, you're reaching. I didn't think that was too rude. Oh, my God. Did he
I keep the doors open for anything on this case.
Yeah, I think he needs to be more investigated more thoroughly myself.
I think so.
But I don't get the feeling that
I think everybody
might have been involved. Let's put it that way.
I think they should drop this case and put someone else in charge, like the FBI or somebody.
Start it all over again.
And
total complete gag order, or what are you talking about?
No, not a gag order. No, a complete brand new investigation.
Throw it out.
throw this
Right.
investigation out because it's the whole investigation is
It's
tainted.
tainted.
The
And
whole
ma-
investigation
From
is tainted.
literally day one.
And what do you do when the man sitting in court or sitting in jail for what, 2.5 years?
2
or whatever?
years, right?
2 years
Well,
at least.
that's
2.5
something he could.
years.
He could
If
sue.
he's thrown out, you gotta let the man out. You gotta let
Yeah,
the
they
man
have to.
out.
They'd have to
Yeah.
turn him loose.
Right.
Yeah, they don't have a right to have him in there in the first place because
don't
I
think
think
so.
the
They don't.
and if they win the Franks, they won't have a reason to keep him in there.
Right.
I worry about what I worry about is that they don't get the Franks hearing because
Yeah.
if they don't and they go to trial and that's that PCA is allowed and the DNA that IGG is allowed, Ann Taylor's got a rough road ahead of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
I think the key is that because you put DNA, you put those 3 letters in front of a jury.
Mhm.
We're like I said in my last video, we're trained to trust science.
Mhm.
And you throw those 3 letters at a jury, it's over. It's
And we're
over.
trained to trust cops.
Right, ones that lie.
Mm.
You know,
Well,
ones
here's
that
my question. If it's really that guy, like what Pavarotti lately has been saying, and it's the guy that it would make sense that standing
Farley?
in the dumpster.
You mean Farley, Terry?
Yeah, I guess that's him.
Okay.
The guy standing by the dumpster, and then the car comes and picks him up, and he says it's done.
we don't know that's Farley. We don't know that's Farley.
No, but I
We
mean,
don't
we've
know.
seen that before he started doing that. But the thing is,
Right.
if that is somebody that is like a Jack Showalter or an Enan or a Jack D, they all live right there. Why would they need to drive out and have somebody pick them up?
Right.
I mean, they literally live right there.
Yeah.
Can I admit something I'm really embarrassed about?
Kevin, I know a Kevin Finn from my hometown.
Kevin Finn.
Anyway,
Anyway, can I admit something? Oh shit, I'll probably forget it now. Oh no. Okay. I've been following this case since day one. Day one. And of course that's why I'm here with Tommy Jude, because he's the best. But anyway. Farley? Who the fuck is Farley? I really don't know. All the shit I watch, I don't know who Farley is. Can you guys straighten me out? Anybody?
that's from Jay Ombre brought him up, found him.
Jay Ombre. Okay.
Yeah, and it's part of his theory, which could be true, at least part of it.
Yeah, part of it.
Some of it I don't believe in. I do believe Farley might have been there, but I don't think it was for that reason, and I don't think he was the
part of it.
Killer. I don't think he was that.
He sold drugs. Basically, he sold drugs, or it's rumored that he allegedly sold drugs to Emma Bailey and
exactly
Demetrius
Bubbly.
Robinson.
Right.
Is Bubbly here?
Bubbly in the house.
Hey,
Bubbly's in the house. Yep.
It's not
Hi,
Farley,
Bubbly.
but he's involved. Don't
I
like
think
that.
she's going to be live. She's going to be live here soon. We got March. I gotta advertise that. I gotta put that out.
She's February
March.
7th.
Well, you're doing.
I mean February. I mean February. February. I mean
You're doing 11/11 Valentine's Day, right?
Yes, Valentine's Day.
That
for
should be a
Mama D.
fun one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 11/11's good. Right, Mama D.
So we got Bubbly Waters live here on February 7th. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Tommy's getting the big ones up.
Yep.
Yeah, got some more coming too.
She's his first show since his surgery. I mean, the live with a guest show.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love to know if
And it'll be after this next surgery in 2 days.
Oh no, please, Tommy, don't.
No.
Yeah.
Don't
Pretend
say that.
it's not
Don't
happening.
give it
Pretend it's
energy.
not happening. It's not happening. Just
No,
pretend.
don't give it
Well,
any energy.
2 days from now it is. 2 days from now it is. That one is. That's just a go in there and look kind of thing.
Yeah.
There you go. Just
yeah.
a looking back.
So
Just a
anyway,
looking
let's
back.
not talk about that. Okay, so I'm going to show something else here. I got some stuff lined. Like I said, I got a lot to go through.
Why in the world,
else we
Tommy,
got
wouldn't they check that blood, that do an IgG or something on that blood DNA that's right there on the railing
What's
to
that?
the 3rd floor? Why didn't they do an investigation on that blood DNA going up to on the railing up to the 3rd floor? That's what I don't get it.
Well, yeah, that's the question. That's the big question. That's the big question.
well, was that
is
one
why
of the other?
and that was blood.
It's one of the 3 DNAs, yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the ones they were already talking about, but now Ann told us that that one was blood,
It's
right?
actually blood. It's blood and on the railing between the 2nd and 3rd floor.
You know, the way she said it, she said
Right.
Ann said that Dylan said one of the roommates ran down back, or was it down back and
Down and back up and back down, I think.
Okay. So it almost sounds like she knows which roommate. I don't know. It just, to me, I think she would know.
But that could have been anybody.
Right.
How'd she know it was?
Well, maybe that's when they yelled, "Somebody's here."
It almost seems that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. You know, maybe somebody was running and saying, "Somebody's here." You know?
I think they were dead by then.
Well, if they were, I don't know. I mean, somebody was
Here's,
running. And if they were dead.
Could have been the people placing the bodies. Staging the crime scene.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be more than one person,
Could
right?
have been a few different things. Here's a
Right.
quick one here. This is
Well,
this is
yeah.
from KTVB, and it's only like 3 minutes long. So
7. This is the news at 6. Thanks for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Jude Binkley. The judge in Brian Kohberger's case must now decide whether to allow key DNA evidence at his quadruple murder trial. We're get right over to Aspen Schumpert, who joins us live at the Ada County Courthouse. Aspen, break down what happened during this final hearing of the week.
Jude, today, Brian Kohberger's attorneys continue to argue why they think specific evidence should not be allowed to be used against him in court. Now, the first 2 days of this hearing consisted of focusing on investigative genetic genealogy and other DNA collected during the investigation into the killing of the University of Idaho students in 2022. The defense says police should have secured a search warrant before detectives analyzed DNA collected from the crime scene and before they gathered and tested items out of Kohberger's trash at his Pennsylvania home. The defense called 2 Moscow police officers to the stand today. They explained when and how warrants were obtained and served, and whether certain items like Kohberger's cell phone and his car were searched before they had a warrant.
The Fourth Amendment requires particularity sufficient to prevent the exercise of discretion by an executing officer. The particularities requirements objective is that necessary searches should be as limited as possible. A search warrant must be particular enough so that as to what is taken, nothing is left to the discretion of the officer executing the warrant.
Kohberger's attorneys argue the search warrants were too broad, violating the defendant's right to privacy. The state does not believe collection of the evidence at the crime scene or in the weeks that followed violated any of Koberger's rights. The family of one of the victims, Kaylee Gonzalez, came to Boise for the proceedings. They were not allowed in the courtroom, but watched a video stream in the victim support room right next door. They tell me they're glad they came anyway.
Everything went exactly how we'd hoped for. I think Kipler's going to come out, and we're going to keep everything in the case that is in that we see today will remain. I don't arguments back and forth, but there was no real issue, any violations, anything that was brought up that would make me think that anything's going to be changed. We put a lot.
I think he's in for a big shock.
Yeah. Plus, Tommy, didn't they
That's
fail?
what I think. He's in for a big shock.
Didn't they fail to attach something to the request for the or the applications for the search warrants? The affidavits weren't attached, and they were supposed to be when they filed or whatever to get a search warrant or get an arrest warrant or whatever. They didn't have the affidavits attached. They didn't include them when they sent them, at least
You're
for
right.
AT&T.
Yeah, you're right.
And
Right.
I think that's a
Yeah.
violation. I think that's, a big deal.
There's
May not
so
sound
many
like a big deal, but I
violations.
think it is.
Yeah, there's so many violations on this PCA, and I can't believe. I mean, if I was the judge and I looked at all of this, I think I'd have to throw the case out because you can't go lie to get a search warrant. Now, I've been involved in something just like this. I mean, I watched it happen live. Friends of mine, well, we all got busted in 79. We all got busted in one night, right? And so we had court cases lined up at the same time and shit and whatever. And these friends of mine, they got busted with a little bit of cocaine and like a pound of weed or something. But they back in 79, that was a big deal. And so they hired a lawyer. Here, this narcotics agent lied to the judge to get the search warrant.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked this narcotics agent a certain question. I can't remember what it was. And they said, they asked the judge if they could go talk to the other judge. The other judge said that he lied. That's not what he said. And the case got thrown out immediately, right there on the spot.
Yep.
I mean, there was no fucking around. It was done, over. The case is gone.
I'd like to know how important that not attaching the affidavit to the search warrant thing is.
Right.
From someone.
Yeah,
who
I don't
knows.
know. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I think, Paco. They know something. They have to know something that went on. And even so, it looks like Dylan pretty much told the truth, and that Payne is the one that's lying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's what it looks like to me.
That's what it looks like to me too.
And he doesn't recall anything, so
right,
he can't recall lying.
Yeah. Well, Leah, did Payne? Are they saying that Payne interviewed Dylan?
Yes.
That morning or something, because he didn't. So he didn't even interview. So she was saying, kind of sounding like she was like, "I'm still out of it," right? Isn't that kind of how Ann made it sound? And Dylan and Payne didn't even get there until
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes, that's right. I don't know when he interviewed her.
No.
But she was interviewed. I think they said twice by two different interviews. Tommy, was it? Tommy,
I believe so. Yeah, and but the one interview, I'm not. But Actually, maybe 3. Because there was 2 where she was telling the truth, but he wasn't writing it down that way. And I don't know who it was that they didn't say who. It just said she was interviewed. Ann Taylor just said she was interviewed that morning right after the 911 call, but she didn't say who. Payne wasn't there yet, was he?
Payne wasn't there.
I don't think Payne
he didn't show up till 4.
No.
And Chief Fry wasn't there either.
Was that
right?
It was that other guy. Starts with Nunez. Wasn't he the officer?
I saw a guy walking in that morning. I think he had the glasses and brown hair, and I can't remember what his name is. But he was I think he was one of the first 2 that arrived.
Well, I'm wondering when did Blaker get there? Because there was 2 different PCAs.
Wasn't that around the same time that
Payne?
That Payne did, yeah, I think.
So where were all the police? I mean, there was a 4-person homicide, and
there were 2 officers that I know of were there, and one of them was that Nunez guy, because they made a big deal about him having whatever that thing is where they've done something bad in the past and they're on a list.
Yeah.
Right.
He was on that. So,
I've thought about this before. Why did they choose Payne? He'd only been there 2 years at that time. And here you got all these guys that had been there like 20 some years.
Mm-hmm.
And shortly after they retired, if you remember.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that didn't have something to do with it.
I think it did. And I think he was just easily manipulated. And they planned to kick him under the bus.
Fry?
No.
Well, Fry.
Not Fry. Payne.
Fry put Payne in charge of
Right.
the lead detective, right? Correct? 'Cause
Right.
He's chief of police. Why didn't he choose one of his people that had been there 20 or 25 years?
Well, because they had an agenda, Tommy, I think.
Well, supposedly Fry and Payne were hunting together. That's what I had heard in the beginning.
Right. Yeah, I heard that.
What it sounds like to me is that maybe Fry knew he was retiring too. What if he and Payne were good friends and he just did it? He said, I'm going to make you blah, blah, blah. He's leaving. He don't care.
Probably had something to do with it.
Pardoning
Truth
Yeah,
and Justice and
okay.
Crime with Anna D has a good one here. Tommy, how can a detective go on the stand and say, I don't remember, I don't ECT. That's another thing. I don't remember, I don't recall. Come on. You're supposed to be, they should know everything about that fucking case. And they should have notes written.
And have reviewed them.
And the judge must see this. I mean, he's got to see how stupid this looks. He's got to.
I think, did you see the look on his face and how he kept putting his hand up over his forehead and his eyes like, oh my God, I don't want to see this.
Right.
He knows.
I love how the judge asked Payne. So wait a minute, when he started to get down and he had made him. So you're saying that everybody is okay to, all the people that need to see that information, all the stuff that you've collected, they can find it, right? And he's like, yep, we sure can. And Ann's like, probably sitting in her head going, thank you.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about this shit. I don't know how it's going to go. That's what scares me. Is like, I don't know,
well,
how
if it
he's
goes
gonna
south
rule on this Frank's theory.
If it goes south, it's not going to go well for Payne, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's.
Oh, and do you remember when they were in the hearing and they asked where Payne did he go? Where did he go? Did he go to Pennsylvania? They said no. You remember he said he was in like a barricade or I can't remember, like some sort of a building. And the attorney asked him a question. Well, what were you guys saying and thinking as you were standing there? He's like, well, we were driving. And she's like, and I'm thinking to myself, what? You just said you were in a.
They were. He was in Pennsylvania.
Unbelievable.
Excuse me, out of nowhere.
Payne was there.
Excuse me, out of nowhere. Where are the bodies? Why is there nobody on the bodies?
Exactly.
I can't believe that. From day one, that's been my biggest thing. I'm sorry to change subject, but
where are the bodies?
No, but
where's the video?
Yeah,
nobody.
we've never seen them being taken out.
Oh,
That's
the video
really
of them being
strange.
taken out of the house.
That's just
right?
strange.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There was.
How-
That's just really
if-
strange.
And then they were
to
all
be able to
cremated.
cover that up with everything that was going on at that time, that's big. That's big. Somebody took care of business. Somebody took care of business, and it seems to be.
What is that sound?
That's you, Moonflower. You're the
It's one of our.
Make-
Wait, let me.
making all kinds of noise.
It's not me.
I don't think it's me.
It is Moonflower.
It is me.
You've
No,
had
it's
some
gone.
noise
How's
going
that?
on.
I don't know if it was me or not.
All right, you sound great now.
Hey, Bubbly, I didn't know she was in there. Hello.
Well,
I
these
see her name popping up.
my
Yeah.
earphones or my headphones rub against
Yeah.
the back of my chair. But
You sound good.
And
am I making noise, Tommy? Because if I am, I'll jump down.
we do got Bubbly in the house, so I want to make sure we get her.
Get her up here.
No, you're fine. I think it might have been me.
Come on, bud.
I got. Well, there is something going on. We should be able to tell by the looks. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Okay. Anyways, let's move on to something else here. Is the one I'm thinking of, and Bubbly's going to be here on the 7th, and Monday will be here on the 4th, Valentine's Day, and I'll show you a little bit of her new one because she hasn't been into the Idaho 4 case too much. I'm just part of this. I'm going to move it up a little bit. There we go. But Mama D will be in the house on the 14th. Bubbly's in the house on the 7th.
The 21st is still open, sort of. We're waiting on Twiz and Willie to give us whether they can make it or not. Twiz wants to, but doesn't know if he'll be available.
Right.
And then the
before
28th is
the garbage can
Kane.
get taken out. They're kids, right?
Is Kane.
Or
What's that?
Kane's on
Kane
the
Purge,
28th.
right.
And
So,
then
yeah, we do have some
Chick
shows
Bates-
coming up.
Chick Bates on
Yep.
the 7th of March.
Who?
Right.
Juliet.
Chick bait.
Oh, chick bait. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah, we got some good shows coming up.
Heavy stuff coming up.
could that have had a crushed up pill in it that sedates
This
the
is Mama
dog?
D's one of her new ones
Mama D.
You feel me?
5 hours ago. So
Could you see?
She did like 2 or
somebody
just come on a
three
little
today.
bit.
She
Come
did
here,
like
Murphy.
2 or 3 today or
Want some
something.
applesauce?
Oh, I had my
Because
mic
guess
on
what?
mute.
Applesauce, it makes
So
that
we're
pill go down
talking.
so sweet.
And it's
The
called
amount-
Episode 3, Idaho 4, found in victim's trash, returned to her parents. I'm not sure what.
we use applesauce to give it to the residents to help get that pill
Oh yeah.
down the throat.
Okay, I got to move.
I don't think dogs like applesauce, though. Do they? Do they, Randy?
According to their
I
PCA and all
don't.
the
I've
stuff,
never tried applesauce with my
or
dog.
whatever Ann Taylor has, where she's made the claim that the door is open and that the dog are, and this dog has no DNA.
That blows my mind.
If he's gonna, and he can go sleep in the car, could that be why that cam is picking up a muffled sound?
See, that's more
Makes
my idea right there, because I do believe that he was in a vehicle, more that truck than a car.
I wonder. Holly Berry, the empty applesauce packet is an amazing find. Good thought, Mama D. It goes out to that old 1111 True Grammar that asks incredible. So what we're doing is, when you come up with incredible thoughts and stuff, I've got a heading like this one is clean as a whistle. We did that video, right? And so I'll add
I
your
wanted to get more to her, what she's got going here.
Where did you get that story from? What story? Let me be frank with you. As says, and with JD stepping up to take Murphy in, did they even check Murphy's stomach? No. I promise you they didn't.
No.
They're not going to check the dog's stomach. They got unknown male DNA. That's BLOOD, and they don't care about that. So they're not going to check the dog's stomach.
Right.
I feel pretty safe in saying that. Claire Lewis Davis says, could the dog have been sorted before they got back and just thought he was sleepy, maybe? You get the goat, even though it's our quiet channel. I got to break the rule. Just saying, I only did it once, not twice. Emma Mimi Girl says, yeah.
And that is Mama D's channel, Crime Story. 11. So I don't want to steal too much from her. It's just put out 5 hours ago. So yeah, just go in there. She's going to be here on the 14th. Bubbly's going to be here on the 7th. Yeah. So what's everybody talking about out here?
I don't know. I haven't seen chat.
Bubbly says, yes, Fry probably offering him the world because Fry already knew what happened. That could be.
Mm-hmm. And he was they
didn't show up until 4, but
and he was
we got to remember there was a police car over there there was a police car over there at like 3 in the morning or something. I think did 2 people fall out? Who else fell out here? Here's the link
Randy
again, everybody.
Yep, there.
Yeah, Randy and Terry.
You just
I
gave
just sent the link out.
Bubbly Waters video. Is
Oh,
that
did
I? Wrong one, hon. Dear, you need to look again.
I'm copying too much. Back in the background. Okay, there we go. And there it is right there. There's the
there's StreamYard.
Randy and Terry. There's the deal. Yes, thank you, Thomas.
Thomas.
I appreciate it a lot.
No.
Let me go to chat. Let me see what I can.
I love Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion.
Okay, now.
But not as much as I love you, Tommy.
I love you, girl. Kaylee's parents said her trash wasn't touched. It wasn't. It wasn't touched.
They didn't even
As
look
far
in
as I
it
know,
or
it wasn't
anything.
touched.
Nor was the trash on the
Right.
back porch either.
Exactly. Yeah, it was just a really shitty. And you have to wonder why they
Day
didn't
one.
do protocol. You know what I'm saying? It was
They didn't
so
follow it at all.
unprotocolized.
Exactly. It was corrupt and well, if not corrupt, it was just sloppy.
Very, very
Yeah.
sloppy. And they might end up paying for it, but like I said, I'm really worried about how he's gonna I hope to hell he allows the Frank's hearing, because
Yeah, here's a
otherwise I don't know.
And I worry what's going to happen to him if they do drop the case and he hasn't been, they don't have another suspect or can't explain what really happened. He's got a big bullseye on him.
Right. Yeah.
But he'll be suing everyone.
Oh, Coco, you got a receipt on that?
Huh?
Coco.
I'm just asking Coco if she had a receipt on that. BK was supposed to start that Monday for Pullman PD.
Well, he's supposed to start work
as an internship.
Uh-huh.
He had to do an internship to get his PhD. So the University of Idaho would pretty much push it that he be given an internship with one of the police departments. I mean, it was inevitable that he would have to have one if he has to have one to graduate.
Right. Dreamweaver has got a good one. If Brian and Brent were like undercover to keep an eye on the dirty businesses that were going on around the college, and they found out that scene were undercover, they would definitely be a frame.
Right.
There was one.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Leela said if
Murphy wasn't
Dylan doesn't remember and she doesn't know if it was real or if she was dreaming, how could she have been texting with Bethany? How could they
What's that,
have
Terry?
been texting back and forth?
Now, what was that again, Leah?
Okay, Leela, her comment. I'm calling her Leela. It's almost like my name.
Layla?
But if Dylan does remember and she doesn't know if it was real or if she was dreaming, how could she have been texting with Bethany?
Texting, right.
Well, that's
right.
true. And if she was, where's the record of it? I mean, there's got to be a record of it.
Yeah.
And
can't hear who Miss John.
And where were they?
Knapp.
Where were they both for sure and certain?
Yeah, were they at home?
I don't think I didn't think. I don't know for sure, but I wonder if Bethany was there.
We don't.
Yeah, I wonder the same thing. What we hear about the blonde running away from the house. Deborah Ackland said last show, Chickbait mentioned that BK had an internship and was a ride along. Anyone know the source for that? No, but I remember hearing about that long time ago.
Yeah. I've been looking for a lot of stuff from a long time ago, and I can't find it anywhere. It's like
the stuff is getting it has vanished. Yep. And that, or you have to go through everybody's videos. That would be, that would be really hard.
Does anybody remember the description of Ethan's wounds on his legs? That they were carved up and he was hamstrung?
No.
I remember that, and I read about it, and I was just appalled because they apparently had carved up and down his legs. And that would eliminate the possibility of it being done in 7 minutes or
Yeah, I was getting
13
ready to
minutes or
say.
whatever.
And it would be eliminate, I think, inside the house because there would have been
Right.
some massive screaming.
Yeah.
And, you know, to do
But I
something like
can't
that
find it now.
to keep him from running.
Yep, that was what it was done for, was to keep him from.
Yeah, it's in one of my videos, but I don't know which one. Rachel Churn says they purposely cremated them. I hope a forensic pathologist did a forensic autopsy and saved the report. I personally don't think the weapon used in the crime was a K-bar. I don't think so either.
I don't either. At least
I don't
not
think
all
so
of it.
either.
At least
not all of it. Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder about the machete and the axe. I mean, they've both been seen recreationally in videos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I might be able to fix that, really.
Where did everybody go?
We lost Randy and
What-
Terry.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah,
they've-
I put the thing out there.
I know they haven't come back. Where are they? I wonder.
Now they said Rachel Churn, what that's right. She said, I want to know, since DM didn't recognize his voice, what did he say? Who was he talking to? I thought he didn't see her. Was he talking to her? Yeah, that's something about his voice. How'd she know? How'd she hear a voice?
Whose doorbell?
That's mine. It's my my telephone.
Okay. Yeah, Sherry Irvin recalls that about Ethan. So I'm not the only one that's heard that. I know I read it.
Right.
And I didn't.
Mandy
really-
May.
didn't.
Mandy May
Cindy-
is saying all of
Cindy
that
Abbott.
machete. Cindy Abbott.
Yeah, she remembers that about Ethan.
Right. I remember that. All of that machete, easy, etc., all Rambo style, but a K-bar is not that. Yeah, I don't think it was a K-bar. I think it was something bigger than that.
I think that it might have been an axe, or it could have been a golf club too, if it was a sharp one.
Yeah, I think it was more like a machete.
Right. Here's Deborah says that she said, I understand he was cut from below his buttocks down to the heels of his ankles. And that's what I read.
Right.
I read it. I don't know if it was in
That's-
4chan or
I
Reddit.
reported that. I reported that a long time ago, girl.
Yeah,
reported
I
that a
remember you
long
did,
time
and
ago.
I looked around and I found some stuff in Reddit and in 4chan, but now I can't find it. It's all gone.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to see what everybody else is saying here. Oh, wait. Life of Riley says these students big into horror films, which they were. They were big into horror films. Old and new. Would not be surprised if they really did make a film for the dark web.
Yep.
I heard there's one out there, but I've never.
Yes.
I don't go to.
A
I don't.
snuff
I don't
film.
go.
Yep. I don't go
I
in the
don't go
dark web
there.
either.
No.
But I've heard that it exists and that's what they were paying, $6 a piece to watch.
All right. Thomas has got a good.
Allegedly.
Why was the touch DNA placed on a movable object that could possibly be explained and not on a fixed part of the house, such as a doorknob or countertop? Well, there is blood DNA on the railing.
Yep. And they didn't do anything with it other than say test to see if it was male.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
and it
which is
doesn't
crazy.
match anybody.
Well, it says it's
Brian.
unexplained. What do you call it?
Unidentified.
unidentified. Right.
So they had to test
Yeah.
it for it to be unidentified, right? Correct?
Crystal, yeah. Annie Elise, no, Annie Elise. Oh, yeah. She also said that from her husband's FBI friend that, and he was there, that Kaylee was done 54 times.
Was what?
That you know,
Was stabbed 54 times?
Yeah.
I heard
yeah, 54
57.
times. 54 times and
shot in the
that
face
that
with a
could have
beanbag.
been- right, that could have been that could have been the K-bar. I can't see a machete being used there, but they were talking, they're not the same. There was like gouges. There was, right. I just think there was a machete involved also, and maybe a golf club. I know there was more than one.
Supposedly Mandy May. But DM and Bethany were still in the sorority,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, they were the only ones left in the sorority.
Yeah.
The rest of them have quit the sorority. Yep, which is strange also. All this timing with the sororities and frats, and yet they don't they don't totally investigate them. It pisses me off.
Yeah. This whole case pisses me off, Tommy. It's all
it
so full
does.
of
It
lies.
does me
It's so
too.
full of lies and deception. And
Yeah.
Yeah, like we've never seen one like it before.
I think there
No,
have been
and
ones
we
like
probably
it
never will
before,
again.
but we just never saw it.
Yeah.
That it goes on all the time, but we just don't pay attention to it, or hadn't in the past. I'm losing my voice because I had that cold and now my voice is going. So
Yeah, I'm glad you're getting better.
yeah, I am, Tommy.
That's
It was
all
just
I
a little
that's all I got for tonight. That's all I got for tonight,
Okay.
actually. So
Well,
I'm
Randy
having
must
fun
not have.
reading the
Did
comments.
Randy ever come back in?
No.
I know,
No.
so am I. But
They left and
I,
didn't come back.
he must be having problems with his internet or something. Oh, there he is, way up here.
Way
Okay,
up where?
that was at 8:30. Oh, he's still here.
Oh,
He
there he
didn't come
is.
back on though. But yeah, I think that's. Oh, wait a minute. Did he leave something in the? Oh, that was. Oh. Oh, okay.
Wakanyantonka says, I don't think we'll ever know the real truth about anything unless two things happen. One is the testimony of a certain female, and the other is the alleged video that was taken. Agreed.
Right.
If there's a video out there, one day the truth will come out.
Well, there's supposed to be that video from back of the house.
Yeah.
Where it shows
Yeah,
a
what
girl,
about that?
one girl running, and the others whistling for Murphy.
I think it's gagged,
That
isn't it?
black
Or
truck. That
sealed?
black truck. It's something's, and it's not. Yeah, and it's.
It was one of the college groups, a photography group or something.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play the Kathy's new video? Her Kathy Indy.
Yes.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and there's another one where she's live, and she goes for like 47 minutes. So, and you get to see what she looks like and everything.
Yeah,
Instead of just all that, So, make sure you go watch that. She's always got good stuff.
If I could figure out what to do with my hair, I'd let myself be seen live, but my hair is just a mess. I don't know what it went from straight to curly overnight, and I just
Right. I got a treat for you guys musically, though. A real good treat. It's the real people. It's the real people. If I don't get shut down,
and I love
if it doesn't, I tried it on my.
Yeah, I'm still here, Jackie.
I love your new intro, and
Thank
your
you.
song that you got out is wonderful. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah, and Steve's going to be working on the video for that, and he does really good work.
Yeah, he does. Did he help with that other one? With your intro?
No,
Did you
that
do
was
that yourself?
Tony Mitchell. No, Tony Mitchell.
Let's just tell me if we don't
Did
see
the music
this on
and the
Wednesday.
video, and but this one that I'm going to be playing here shortly. I'll just tell you who it is. I usually don't do that, but it's Three Doors Down playing with Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Oh wow!
Oh.
So yeah, and Ricky Medlock from he was with Blackfoot. He is part native, and I was really into Blackfoot back in the days. He's been with Skynyrd now for a long time. But he used to be from Blackfoot is there, and Van Zandt is there, and yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
You might ask the chat if they have anything they want to ask or answered or talked about before we go.
Yeah, is there any questions out there? Bubbly has a new video. I thought I just looked at her page and I hadn't seen nothing for a while. Okay, Bubbly, but she spits them out. She'll spit them out right when she's talking to us. She'll spit one out.
I have this to read to you, Tommy, from Cindy Abbott. Tommy, if we don't see you before Wednesday, all the love to you and prayers that you don't need that surgery. Love you much.
Yeah, thank you.
Just know
Thank you,
you have
Cindy.
many who love, need you, and appreciate you. Your chicken soup to my soul.
Oh, how precious. Thank you,
Sweet.
Cindy.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you much. All right. Well, I thank you gals for being on another
Okay.
Mod Monday.
I
And
love you, dear.
girls
You
have a
take
good
care of
evening. Love you
yourself
too.
now.
I will.
Okay.
I'll
I
let you
love
know what
you.
goes on Discord. I'll let you know what's
Take
going
care,
on.
Leah. Kiss those
You
kitties
too.
for me.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Love
Bye-bye
you
now.
gals. Yep.
Bye-bye.
And there we have it, another crazy Mad Mod Monday. And to all my subs out there, you are my heart. And my mods are my soul. And until next time, rock and roll. Check this out.
Oh yeah. Well, I took a walk around the world to ease my troubled mind. I left my body laying somewhere in the hills of time. I watched the world pursue the dark side of the moon. I feel there's nothing I can do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I watch the world float to the dark side of the moon. After all, I know it has to be something to do. I really don't mind what happens now and then. Thank you.
I realize I missed the day, but I'm too right to care anyway. I look around and see this face. What the hell have I lost my taste?
ground. Whispers of the cold wind, they sing stories of grief. Red eyes stare from the top of the abyss. Black wings in silence, they tell stories never seen before. Fly high, dark crow, take the pain from this place. In your feathers all the weights of endless secrets. Eternal cry of the dead, echoes of despair. Sharp beat brings with it the harbinger of doom. Fly high, dark crow, take the pain from this place. In your feathers all the weights of endless secrets. There is no light in this corner, only the crow on the balcony. What does it reveal to those who see it? The truth is that no one believes. Fly